Hi everyone, Catherine here for my day 2 of my Facebook Live 7-day challenge. And I'm going to talk today about how fear can stop us. And that's what it came to me to talk about today, and that's pretty relevant to me moving through my fears of doing Facebook Live and of really showing up and speaking my message in a bigger way, and how much I've stopped myself doing that and let fear stop me. And I think that fear can stop us doing so many things. Hi Jen, thanks for showing up today and supporting me. So I was thinking today about when I was living in the Blue Mountains and I wanted to move. My soul wanted new experiences and a new landscape, to live by the sea. Sure, the Blue Mountains is a beautiful place, but I was very over it. And I was very over it for a number of years, and I had the dream to move by the sea. And I do now move by the sea, and yet no matter what I did, there seemed to be so many obstacles to me moving by the sea and living the life I wanted to be living, with new experiences in a sunny place. I mean, the Blue Mountains is so cold. It's beautiful, but it's very cold. I was very over it, and I wanted sunshine and just new experiences, and I knew I needed that. And no matter what I did, there seemed to be just so many obstacles to moving, and for quite a few years I just didn't seem to be able to move through those, and I didn't understand why, because my desire to move was just so strong. And it wasn't until I was sitting in a coaching session and working with that intention to move that I understood. I started crying and shaking. My whole body actually started shaking. And I was like, what? I thought I wanted to move. And all this fear came up about moving. And I realized that, hi Jewel, thanks for showing up. So good to see you here. I've got my glasses on so I can see people today when they show up. I realized that I had so much fear about moving because I had lived in the mountains for 20 years since I left my husband, and I felt comfortable there, and I didn't realize how much I was in my comfort zone there. And because I had experienced trauma, the moving and the change and doing new things created fear for me, and I didn't even realize that's what it was. And when I became conscious of that, I went, I really do want to move. I'm going to support myself through this and just look after that part of myself that is really scared about new things and moving, and that I hadn't realized was there at all. And as I started to do that, I was actually able to move forward and to move. And, things moved along, but it was, to be honest, it was hard work, because the fear was actually so deep in my body. So I was able to move, but it was hard work, and it happened. And I'm here living by the sea, and I just love it. It's sunny and bright, and it's a much different energy. It's very flowing, and there's a sense of ease, and people are happier here somehow, I find, than in the Blue Mountains generally. Of course, you can be happy anywhere. I was happy enough in the mountains, but the energy here is definitely sunnier and lighter, and I love it. And yet, that's been a year now since I moved, and yet the fear was still... When I moved, the fears continued to come up. The fear was still there because it was deeply in my body. So I went through a lot when I moved, because that fear came up so strongly. And I saw that even though I was in the new and doing the new things, there was still such a strong level of fear there. So I began to look for ways to work with that. And it was only when I started doing that deeper, found ways to clear that and heal that through tapping and different methods, really going deep with the fear and moving through that and clearing it out of my body, because it was in my body. And again, I didn't really realize I felt stuck. I felt I was procrastinating. I couldn't do things. I felt held up in taking action, and just a stark frozen energy in my body. And that's what fear does. And people, why I want to talk about it is because people often don't realize. They just feel stuck. They feel, why aren't I doing this? Like, and they're procrastinating and they feel unclear. And it's that really frozen energy in the body that stops us taking action. And what I found is that it really needs to be, firstly, to realize, to ask yourself, is that something that you have fear held in the body that's stopping you, and to find ways to start clearing that actually out of the body deeply. Conscious awareness of the fear helps, like realizing there's fear there, and then you can start to look after the part of you that's afraid, but actually finding the ways to move it out of the body, because fear is an instinctual response. And often refer to animals in the wild when they're in danger and they can't escape, they go into a freeze response. And when that's over and the danger's past, they release the fear from their body. They run, they shake, and then their nervous system returns to normal. But the thing with human beings is often our conscious mind interferes with those instinctual responses. So we have some type of response, some type of experience where we feel overwhelmed, where we feel frozen and can't move. And it may not even be huge experiences. It can be things like that we don't remember, like having your tonsils out and feeling really claustrophobic and overwhelmed. It can be all sorts of things that aren't even conscious that create that sense of helplessness and frozen feeling in the body that's held in the body as fear. So that's my share for today. What a huge difference that's made. And I just feel so much freer and lighter. And it's a journey, it's continuing on. But I just noticed, realizing that for me, that it was fear, and then I needed to clear it out and shift that. And that, life, things just flow so much better, because it can just, the huge impact that was having on me, I really didn't realize. And I think that's true for many people. We don't realize why life seems so hard and we feel so stuck and procrastinating and not taking action. And one of the reasons for that can be fear. So yeah, just sharing from my journey, which is what I like to do. I think when we can share from our journey and what we've learned, it becomes useful for us and for other people. So I really love doing that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up. Hi, Andrew. Thank you so much for showing up today and supporting me. It's made such a difference, friends showing up and supporting me as I move into making live videos and getting over my fears and just doing it. So yeah, this is it. For me, as moving through the fears and just that sense of adventures back, that sense of actually enjoyment in doing those things, because there's the part of me that's sort of really scared about doing live videos, and the other part that loves to tell stories, and she's there too, having fun with this and enjoying it once I get over the stuff that was stopping me doing it. So thank you so much for showing up and listening today, and have a beautiful day or evening, whatever that is for you. So that's day 2. Thank you so much.